Yes. What's going on, everybody? This your boy Al Fudge 87. Coming from my laboratory where I think, you know, at my best, my bathroom. Plus, it's quiet in here. My kids running wild, running crazy. But I came to talk to y'all about Daniel Bryan being cleared by the WWE. Oh, man. Now, I like to call this, if I was to book it, this is how I will book it. Of course, at WrestleMania, you're going to give us the match. Bryan, Shane versus KO and Sammy, Team Cammy. I think one thing we could do is go a couple different ways. If I was to book it, I would say put a stipulation on it. If Bryan and Sammy was to win on SmackDown, there would be a new general manager, and Bryan will be shipped off to Raw. Other one you can do is Bryan tells Shane, I'm going to get some retribution for you. But you have to promise me one thing. You have to give me one thing. I will step down as general manager. But if we win, you got to bring me Miz back. Send them two off to Raw, but bring the Miz back to SmackDown so I can finish what we had started. I think going forward with Daniel Bryan and for the SmackDown brand, there's supposed to be a shakeup after after WrestleMania. I think SmackDown could use Daniel Bryan on that brand. Not the general manager, but the wrestler. Nakamura will be over there as the champion, or AJ Styles, whichever would be. But what I would do is I would keep Bryan away from them two all the way into WrestleMania. I would keep them guys away from each other. I wouldn't even put them in the same tag matches. Different segments, keep them away from each other. Another thing I would do is I would focus on the feud of Miz and Bryan. I would make that a lengthy feud, and that would give viewers on to the SmackDown brand along with Nakamura, along with AJ Styles. They need a big boost. They need a jolt over there on SmackDown. It's kind of crowded on Raw. But with Bryan coming down as general manager, Miz coming back over there. Miz has been hot for the last 3 years almost. But he was at his best on SmackDown, Intercontinental Champion. Feud with Dolph Ziggler was fire. Feud with Dean Ambrose was fire. But when he had that feud with Dolph, and he was doing a smack and talk with after SmackDown with Daniel, that was fire. And I will continue that. I will reboot that, and I will let them guys go at it. From there. Speaking of, if I was to book it, another people I would like to see move over from brand to brand, KO and Sammy as heels. Like to see them go over to Raw. They can use them guys over there on Raw. They fought everybody on SmackDown. There's still fresh feuds over there. Either Finn Balor or Seth Rollins. I prefer Seth Rollins to come over to SmackDown because I feel like he's kind of behind Roman. He's overshadowed over there on Raw. Another reason why is because I believe a main event at WrestleMania that I would love to see is Rollins Styles, for the title. And speaking of Rollins and dream matches, I think with Bryan being back, sorry if I'm rambling here too, but Bryan versus Rollins. I know they faced off when using the Shield and things of that nature, but Bryan versus Rollins would be huge. Rollins versus Styles would be big. Rollins versus Nakamura would be big. It's new, something we haven't seen, and I think that that's something that could give Rollins a jump start and a boost. Maybe we can get heel Rollins back. That was always a big coup when he was heel. Another thing is Dolph Ziggler. Something has to go. Something has to do or give with Dolph Ziggler. Um, I think a move to Raw would be big for him, but not just a move to Raw, but a shakeup. It's too many times we've seen Dolph in a certain role and it hasn't worked. I think you should remake Dolph and have him follow a certain mode. Um, Bobby Roode is doing his Ric Flair type gimmick, you know, his, the robe and everything. He was wearing the tailor-made suits and everything from NXT. And I think that with Big Cass returning now, you can have Cass return as Dolph's bodyguard, and they can run the mid card over there on Raw, especially with the Miz Taraj coming to SmackDown. Them two can go over to Raw, and they can run the mid card, and it can be like a Diesel Shawn Michaels type gimmick, but with a little slight twist. You know what I'm saying? I would even give him a female companion to go with them as well. Almost like how he was with him, Big E, and AJ Lee. You know what I'm saying? But I figured, image-wise, Dolph and Cass work better. So I would go that route. I would probably bring the Revival over to SmackDown. New Day to Raw. The main event scene over on SmackDown will be pretty good with Rollins, Bryan, Miz, Nakamura, Styles, and Rusev. Rusev needs to be elevated. You know what I'm saying? Rusev needs to be elevated as a star. But there's one guy. He may be the most over guy in the company right now, and he may need to go to SmackDown as well. Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman goes to SmackDown. Everybody that loves him, his push will go straight directly to SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Styles goes to Raw or something. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that may be a good idea. If Styles and Rollins swap, you know what I'm saying, then Styles could jump in a feud with Balor over the club, where the club and Balor are, you know, fighting between where are they going? Are they going to go with Styles or are they going to go with Finn? You know what I'm saying? So we can have that type of feud. Roman and wherever he's going with the title. I think I've been hearing Bobby Lashley is coming over. So I don't know if he'll jump right into Lashley. Rusev to Raw would be good, or Bobby Roode to Raw. Heel Bobby Roode to Raw will be perfect. You know, that NXT type of Bobby Roode will be perfect. I think that's somebody that can have good matches with Roman. And I don't want to deplete the Raw roster of stars. You know what I'm saying? If I take Rollins, Miz, and Strowman from Raw to SmackDown, but if I give them AJ Styles, I did give them Kevin and Sammy, but we already seen KO and yeah, she going crazy. We already seen Kevin and Reigns go at it. So why not? We got to get something fresh for Roman. Roman do need something fresh. I don't know if them SmackDown guys, some of the SmackDown guys that I mentioned, like Bryan, Styles, and Nakamura, would be better for Roman. But we don't want to see Strowman Roman again. We've seen that so many times. I'm gonna have to get back with that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, with Bryan, I think that Miz angle needs to be revisited again. I'm happy that Bryan's back. Excited to see Bryan back. I just hope that WWE doesn't control it and try to limit him in the ring. I want to see him limited, but not once a year, twice a year type of deal. You know what I'm saying? No house shows. You know what I'm saying? A couple house shows here and there. Every other SmackDown or something like that. He don't need to wrestle every week. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to see him back. Excited. maybe we can get some new matches. Like I said, Rollins, Styles, Nakamura, all big matches. Hope he gets those matches. Um, I hope to see what is. Oh, I just came to my mind. Samoa Joe on Raw. Him and Reigns never really had that pay-per-view type feud. That would be dope. Another thing, Usos. They've been doing a real good job on SmackDown. Either them or New Day should go to Raw. Bludgeon Brothers should stay on SmackDown. I would like for them to use, the characters on SmackDown. The characters. Guys like the Bludgeon Brothers, who has a character. Bray Wyatt had a character. You know what I'm saying? It gives you enough time to, do your make believe. You know what I'm saying? Get them going. So I think Woke and Matt is kind of overshadowed. You know what I'm saying? So those guys going over there with Ascension and stuff like that, that could be good. So the Usos going over to Raw, that would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Break up Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro going against Roman would be huge. And Cesaro on the heavyweight title picture would be good. And Sheamus going singles again would be better. So it's a lot of things at this shakeup that's going to be good. I think I'm going to start doing this a lot more often. Today's video is kind of shaky. I didn't plan anything, didn't write anything down. But I'm going to start coming to you guys with if I were to book it. And I'll be more prepared later. I'll be more prepared more often. Just want to let y'all know that my mind working. It's let y'all and a sneak peek to let you know how my mind works. But this your boy Al. I'm gonna get with y'all a little later. This is if I was to book it.